What's the consumer perception of a warranty provided by a dealer on a used vehicle that isn't factory certified? Thank you very much. They think it's garbage, and there's a good reason for them thinking that. Most warranties provided by dealers that aren't factory certified used cars are exactly that, garbage. In the state of New Jersey, by law, a dealer has to provide a customer a warranty on any used vehicle they sell that's 5 years old or newer, 80,000 miles or less. They're not doing it for customer service reasons. They're not doing it for any good reason at all. They're doing it to comply with the state law. So what type of warranties do you think they provide customers?
Comprehensive.
The exact opposite. Let me give you an example. Most of the dealers I've run into in New Jersey provide a 1 month, 1,000 mile internally lubricated parts of the engine only. 50% deductible. So, if by some miracle something actually failed in the first 30 days and it was actually covered, and it was a $4,000 repair because it's an engine, what would that cost the customer? No, it would cost them even more because those warranties don't cover taxes and fluids. So the taxes and fluids would be on top of that. How happy would that customer be?
Never coming back.
Never coming back would be the right answer. But that happens all over the country. In Atlanta, lots of stores provide customers, you're going to get a warranty with this vehicle. The warranty doesn't cover much at all. Doesn't cover much at all for any length of time. And the deductibles are very, very high. They're doing it on the cheap. Cheap is bad. Cheap has very little value. Now, this warranty, does it cover the engine?
Yes.
Yes. Does it cover the transmission, manual or automatic?
Yes.
Does it cover the drive axle?
Yes.
Does it cover any parts that might wear out?
No.
Seals and gaskets?
Seals and gaskets. That's a wear item, but this warranty covers the seals and gaskets, which, by the way, they would be the most likely thing to fail on a powertrain. Now, a seal or a gasket's about an $8 part, but how much is the repair?
Labor's gonna be a lot.
It's going to be thousands because you got to tear down the engine, tear down the transmission to replace a seal or a gasket. We're going to cover the seals and gaskets. What's the deductible on this warranty?
$100.
$100. So if there is a $4,000 repair, the customer pays how much?
$100.
Because we're going to pick up the tab for the taxes and the fluids as well. So if the customer has a incident where a covered component fails, they're never going to pay more than $100. Now, where is this warranty good? Because that matters, doesn't it?
Any store in the U.S.?
Any dealership in the U.S., yes. Actually, any independent repair facility that employs certified technicians, we will pay them. The way the claims process works, when the customer has an issue, they dial a 1-800 number. We are always going to guide them back to one of your stores because we want you to get the credit. But if they've moved to Charlotte or they've moved to Atlanta, we will guide them to the nearest repair facility that can fix their vehicle. Now, does the customer have to pay for the repair and then file a claim to get their money back?
No.
No. All they do is pay $100 out of pocket. The warranty company will pay the service facility directly. So the customer is not inconvenienced, they're not hassled. Because if they're inconvenienced or hassled, they're not going to be able to find me. But they'll be able to find you. Okay? And we know that if your customers aren't happy, the dealership's not going to be happy and we get fired. So we are going to bend over backwards to take great care of your customers. The customer has some responsibilities. In order to keep this warranty good, they've got to have the vehicle serviced according to the factory recommended intervals. If they have the work done at your stores, which we hope they do, they don't need to keep the records because you'll keep all the records for them. But if they have the work done elsewhere, they're going to need to keep the records, because if there is a claim, the insurance company will ask to see the records. And if they cannot produce them, they will deny the claim. And that's going to create a heat case. So we want to make sure that we sell the value of this warranty for what it is. Jordan brought up a good point this morning. We don't want to say, hey, it's a warranty covers everything. Okay, it doesn't cover everything. It covers the most expensive components on this vehicle to fix or replace or repair. All right? But they have a responsibility, and they also have another responsibility. They have to have the vehicle inspected every 30,000 miles. So if they buy a vehicle with 30,000 miles on it, they're going to have it inspected at 60,000 miles. If they have the vehicle inspected at either one of your stores, it's complimentary. We will not your stores will not charge them a penny. But if they've moved to Atlanta and they get it done somewhere else, they're probably going to have to pay for the inspection. It might be, I don't know, a couple $100. But the customer you need to make sure the customer understands this. We don't want problems occurring down the road. Any questions on the warranty itself?
I do have one question.
Yes, sir.
So, keeping like the ownership records.
Say again?
Keeping the ownership or the service records and everything, does that extend? So, like for example, if they were to go get it serviced elsewhere, in this instance, I'm referring to a new vehicle. Does that extend to where, like Ford Pass, for example, that's the app component where it does keep service records? So something like that would work.
That would absolutely work. I'm a Ford guy.
Instead of somebody just
Yeah.
chasing down receipts and
Yeah,
invoices and
Ford,
stuff like
Ford
that.
Pass would be wonderful.
Okay.
Okay, that will work. Good question. Yes, sir.
So you take it to an independent shop, you have to keep your receipts.
You need to keep the RO, the repair order. Yeah, absolutely.
Or
Okay,
if you have someone that does their own work, they keep the receipts.
right. You can change your own oil.
Correct.
Okay, just
so
keep.
that's works. If you service your own vehicle.
We just the insurance company just wants to see that the vehicle's been maintained properly. Okay, if the oil is sludge and it's never been changed, they're going to deny the claim. All right.
Is the inspection drivetrain only for 35 or 30,000 miles?
Yes.
There's nothing else to look at. Just gotta make sure those components are good.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Good question. Yes, sir.
And then when we say keep it up to the, keep the service up per the manufacturer, right? Does that include like on the powertrain, you gotta do your transmission flushes when they're due, things like that?
Anything that's required by the factory to maintain the powertrain needs to be done on a timely basis. Okay? Now they'll give them some leeway based on mileage, but if it gets too out of whack, they're going to deny the claim. All right?
30-day, 1,500 mile to be more specific.
Say again?
Leeway, 30 days, 1,500 miles within the recommended from the factory.
Thank you.
I got one more question.
You can ask as many as you
So well,
want.
let's say we got a used car out there we sell or something like that. That never had the, certain. Is it as long as the customer owns the vehicle, or does that?
The clock starts when the customer takes the vehicle off your lot. Okay? Good question. All right. What are some of the differences? A factory certified vehicle, where can the vehicle be fixed? Only at a Ford certified vehicle can only be serviced by a Ford store. Nissan certified vehicle can only be serviced by a Nissan store. All right. Many independent, lots of dealers offer lifetime warranties. Many of them have their own lifetime warranties, and the rules are stringent. A, they have to have the vehicle serviced at that store, and B, if the vehicle breaks, they can only have it fixed at that store. So if the customer moves or it's inconvenient to get back to the selling dealer, the customer's sort of out of luck. Okay? We don't make it that way. We make it easier for them to get the vehicle serviced.